I'm Dave and Ms Brooke with Simple Plan Trucking. We are in Louisville, Kentucky at the Mid-Atlantic Truck Show, MATS, the largest truck show in the country. And it's Sunday afternoon. We made it up here this morning, later than we expected to, because we're on a load from Tropicana load on the way from Bradenton, Florida up to Romulus, Michigan. We asked for a load with some extra time on it, so it's about 4 in the afternoon now, and we don't really need to leave from here probably until around midnight. We might leave a little earlier. I think we can park early at the 90, but we don't deliver until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. But we just wanted to give you a video today and give you an update on kind of where we've been, what we've been doing. As you know, we were on home time and went down there to help pack my mom and dad up their household goods. They've relocated to Ohio, and so my 4 brothers and sisters and my mother and I and my beautiful bride Brooke all converged at my parents' house in Florida, and we got that house packed up in a day, really a day and a half, loaded onto a truck and a U-Haul, and we hired a guy to bring it up there to Ohio for him. So, you know, that was, I felt good that we got that done. We also took care of some things at the house that needed to be done. We had a couple doctor's appointments and cleaning up and visiting, and, you know, never seems like there's enough time to do what you want to do. But we were in a hurry to get out of here. This truck show lasted, I believe, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Maybe it was 4 days, I'm not sure. But today...
I think it was 3.
3 days, okay.
There's Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Today's Saturday, right? Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's not Sunday. So, yeah, we're back in the truck now. We're parked in some fairgrounds where they had some parking for trucks with trailers. And just kind of give you a quick review of what we saw today. I'm going to sprinkle some pictures in along the way of some trucks that we took. What was your overall feeling about the MATS Truck Show for the first time coming?
Well, this afternoon when we first got in, it was a little overwhelming just because it was so busy, and it was just booth after booth after booth. And it was booth after booth of stuff that I know nothing about.
Right.
So
right.
It was just like all kinds of just truck stuff.
And I agree. And I think that a lot of the booths were like parts for trucks, which we really don't get into, do we?
And I kept asking, where's the trucks? I thought it was going to be like more like a truck show, like a classic car show, except with trucks.
And it was, but that part was outside.
Well, we found it later outside. Yeah,
this convention hall was just huge, and they had literally hundreds of vendors selling everything from insurance to, you know, shirts and hats to lighting systems for your trucks to, you know, just various tools and parts for trucks that break. And
they even had health insurance
here. There were some health insurance vendors too. So we didn't buy anything, and we really didn't get any ideas for things that we want to put in our truck when we get our truck, which is really what we had kind of hoped for.
I get more ideas at the Petro. What is it? I-80, Iowa 80.
Oh, Iowa 80.
That big one. I feel like that place gives me more ideas. This just was overwhelming.
Right. You can see a lot of different vendors selling their wares, but you're right. If you just want a cross section of everything that you see at these shows, just pull into an Iowa 80. The one thing that I do think that you might see is some competition. Different vendors selling the same things. You know, like for instance, if you want lighting systems for your trucks, we saw tons of those vendors. We saw many different varieties and models of video cameras and
like,
you know, monitoring. Monitoring video equipment for your truck.
There was one thing that was neat. It was like mirrors that had video on the mirror on your mirrors.
Yeah, that was cool.
Interesting. But it was too crowded to like go talk to the people.
And then as we were pulling out, I didn't see this on display anywhere, but I saw a truck that had 2 vertical monitors that's right here on the cross piece between your driver's side window and the windshield. It was about 6 or 8 inches in width and about 18 inches tall. And I couldn't tell what they were looking at there, what the information was that was on there. I want to say it might have been a video image of the side of your truck from cameras instead of using the mirrors on the outside. So that seemed a little redundant to me. If you have mirrors, they work great. You shouldn't have to have that. But lots of gadgets and gizmos, and some of them probably useful, some of them are probably useless. But it was good.
There's also people there trying to hire you to work for their
a lot of companies recruiting. And we're happy with Prime, so we're not looking for a job. But I will say that we stopped at one very interesting table where they're hiring drivers to drive. It's actually tanker loads. Petroleum is probably fuel of some kind, and gas and oil from Fairbanks up and down, north to south to Alaska. It's like from Fairbanks, Alaska, which is in the middle of the state, all the way up to Dead Horse, which is at the very top of Alaska. So
we talked to them for a little while.
Very remote, and we talked to the people, and their recruiter was originally from Florida, like we are, and he was saying it's just changed his life going up there and living in Alaska, and he loves it now, and pay is really good. But the conditions are brutal. It's about a 500-mile trip from Fairbanks up to Dead Horse, Alaska, and it's on a gravel road, very hilly, lots of twists and turns.
You said it's mostly up and down mountains.
Up and down mountains, and frequently they're shut down because of weather. But he said you probably, don't average, you don't go more than about 50 miles an hour, and most of the time you're going into 40s just because of the conditions. It's a gravel road, and the weight. These tanker loads are, what did he say, 120,000 pounds?
Like 120,000.
So that's a lot heavier than we're used to hauling, and I'm not saying that we're really interested in doing that. As I said, we're very happy where we are, but one
of your dreams is living in Alaska.
And that's crazy because I hate cold weather, but I watched that show, Life Below Zero, for years, and I'm in awe at those people that do that go out and kind of live off the land and live in very remote, rural
So I saw that table and I said, David, here's your dream job in Alaska.
Yeah, and then I said, would you really go up there with me? And she said, I'd go with you. So I was surprised that she said that.
I'll go anywhere you go. No.
Yeah, she says that. But then I started doing the math, and they don't really have any team jobs. But what Brooke and I talked about was we could go up there and each drive our own truck, but just travel together. She drives behind me.
Just follow each other everywhere.
All the way up, 500 miles up and 500 miles back. You go up one day, you come back the next day. You're paid on all your miles, and it's very, very good.
But by the time we were done talking to him, he had a tentative team job that may be available in the future.
Yeah. They in those type jobs, they really like to hire people that have significantly more experience than we do, because it is a dangerous job. But he didn't say that he wouldn't, but then he started thinking, we have another run where we have several stores that we stop at and we deliver to, and it is in it's in a reefer truck and not the tanker truck.
He
so
said he's getting some new, what is it? It's not Kenworth. It was
Western Star. Three brand new Western Star, and they also have some. They also run some Peterbilts as well. He said
he's considering putting teams in them.
So it was interesting. He has our information. We'll see if we get some kind of an offer. But I to do that, I would have to make a lot of money, and I don't know. That's this many dollars, and I don't really know what that is yet. But to live that kind of a lifestyle would be pretty Spartan. I think we would still probably stay out for 8 weeks.
Especially for this beach bunny to move to
Yeah.
Alaska, that's asking a lot.
And then we'd come home every 8 weeks, and we'd probably ask them to pay for our airline fare home. Or, we'd be making so much money that it wouldn't be a big deal. We could probably afford to do that. So probably won't happen, but that was our most interesting conversation of the day. I would say. And then we went outside and we saw some really cool old retro trucks that you can tell these trucks are just these people's babies, and I think they probably just travel around from show to show and set them up and answer questions.
They're fun to see, though. That's what I was looking forward to.
Right.
And then we spent a small fortune on food.
Oh yeah, completely way overpriced
Ridiculous
food.
prices. $4 for a bottle of water, $6 for coffee.
$6 for, well, it's like you're going to Starbucks, but it's just like a
but
regular old plain cup of coffee in a styrofoam cup. $6.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it was
$13 for a sandwich.
a little bit ridiculous. But we can say that we've been here, and I was not overly impressed with Matt's. Were you?
No, I feel like I kind of been there, done that.
Right. It was
I'm
basically
glad
just
we came and checked it out.
a sales show for trucking is what it is. Met a lot of cool people, met some really nice people, and Brooke was just sitting back and she looked watching a young family, parents and a couple of young kids, and she said, I just really love trucker families. It seems like they're like salt of the earth, kind of just like
They just seem like your classic American families.
Yeah, or what classic
what
American,
you think of.
what you would like them to be, right?
Yeah.
Not what they really are. But they're all very respectful. The kids are to the parents. The parents are very attentive to their children. There
was a lot of families here, like a lot of people with elderly people here, which I guess would be their grandparents or something. And there's a lot of people here with kids and families.
And a lot of people that say that they come every single year. They were talking about being here 15, 20 years ago, talking about people that had been institutions at this place and have passed away. So it really is kind of like a group within a group, those that attend this convention, and they take their craft seriously. And so if you ever have the chance to come to Matt's, I'd suggest it. Check it out at least once.
It's one of those things to check off your list of I did it in trucking.
Yeah. You a company driver, lease, owner, operator. It's probably geared toward people that own their trucks, but there's still a lot to do and to see and people to meet. So come check it out. We're glad that we were here. So we're going to meander on out of here. I guess I'm thinking we'll probably leave about 8 or 9 tonight, get on up to Romulus, Michigan, and park for several hours at our 90.
We got orange juice, don't we?
We have it's some orange juices on
Straight
there.
out of Florida.
Yeah, Florida orange juice and some other assorted drinks. So that's it for now. We're going to check off. It's good talking to you. This is Captain Dave and Ms Brooke with Simple Plan Trucking. Be safe, and we'll see you down the road.
Bye, y'all.